Hi all, welcome back. I'm in the car again this morning. I definitely feel I have more ideas early in the morning. Maybe you do also. But that's a lesson as we're all learning ourselves. Um, you have to learn yourself. There's what works for you. Nobody knows what's going to work better for you than you, but it'll take some experimenting, some trying different things. We didn't come with instruction manuals. Can't be afraid to experiment, see what works and what doesn't work. So I'm finding more creativity early in the morning. We're talking how therapy works, a bunch of blog posts, videos, because I think these blog posts that tell you how to pick a therapist and different types of therapists, it's not enough. I think a potential client has to gain some understanding, or will do better if they have some understanding of why therapy works, how it works, and then okay, I need a person that I could see fitting into that picture. Let's talk at a quick point about the relationship that forms, the working therapeutic relationship that forms between therapist and client. It's the importance of support and compliments. Um, it's many of us have struggled with having not gotten enough of positive regard in our life, encouragement, coaching, support. We base from a young age, as we've spoken about, our sense of self from the messages we pick up from other people. And just because it didn't happen younger doesn't mean it can't happen. And even when we're trying to make change, we often will benefit from both working internally on how we see ourselves and also the positive messages that we're getting from others outside of us, from around us. And here a client is coming to a therapist and building a relationship, and the trust factor is very important. And one of the ways that trust is built, and also one of the important things that's done with trust, are the compliments, the positive support. Because here a client is coming to sessions and sharing fantasies, secrets, fears, challenges, worries, vulnerabilities, and there's often tremendous moments of courage that are displayed, bravery, leaps of faith, trying on new things, and the therapist has a front row seat watching the whole thing, and is often the only person who sees these incredible acts. And as such, it needs to be acknowledged. There needs to be verbalization. It's not a back and forth conversation. The focus is the client always, but when I see incredible things happen, I see people do things, try things, and make courageous leaps. I like to acknowledge it. It needs to be acknowledged. And that's an important factor. Not only does it build trust, but it utilizes the trust. And this is important things that help people grow. I mean, when you're sharing so much with somebody, and the trust is growing between the two people, and then the person turns around and gives a positive compliment about the person in general, or about a particular act that they've done recently, it has tremendous, incredible value. Very often, these are the hallmarks, the incredible moments that a person remembers of their therapy. Not so much deeper insights or dreams, explained and assessed and analyzed, but it's those moments of care, concern, support, being real and being human, that are tremendous. They're transformative. But I often feel this honored and privileged ability to have this front row seat at some incredible acts of bravery that people take, and the therapist needs to share that, and obviously encourages in continued sharing and continued growth, and the words of the therapist pointing out positive traits that a person has a very deep mark, because as you're sharing more and more and inviting this person more into your life, and being more vulnerable, and then they turn around and share, they give you some real support that has tremendous value and carries a lot of weight. So this is, again, as I'm trying to help clients, in the picking a therapist. It's really, this whole series, how does therapy work, and this is a key part of it, a key part of the therapeutic relationship that forms between the therapist and the client. And it should feature that kind of, it may feel coachy at times, but there is positive regard, there are compliments, and there is that verbal support, and acknowledgement of courageous acts, growth, traits. And often the therapist is the only person in the world who is seeing, watching this go on, and will verbalize it. Okay, so that's another part of how therapy works, why it works. which can both help you pick a therapist and potential, and also help you get the most out of your own therapy experience. Anyway, you're great. You're amazing. You're watching my videos. But I deeply appreciate people who watch. It really gives me a lot of encouragement. So it is a true compliment. Oh, that's another point, just to mention. A lot of times in our growth, we're childlike. We're still children. We have some maturing to do. We all have certain aspects where we're adult-like and where we're like a child, meaning we still have what to grow. So a lot of things that work in parenting will also work in therapy. So an empty compliment, kids can feel that when it's fake or when it's put on. But when it's true, when it's genuine, they'll very much respond. And so that also, don't be afraid to acknowledge that, hey, in this aspect I'm a child. I have work I need to do. I didn't mature in that aspect. And as such, different techniques that work in parenting will also work in therapy. Anyway, there's more to talk about, but we'll save it for another video. Have an amazing day.